Uh, Good morning, Namaste, all the respected parents. Myself Virupaksh. I'm biology teachers for 8th grade to 10th grade. So today I want to respectfully talk to you about why we are including sex and sexual education as a part of the biology curriculum and address the concern some of you have raised. So I'll go through some of the presentation slides and I will explain meanwhile why is this necessary. And first of all, we'll just understand what is sex education. Sex education is nothing about teaching about human anatomy, reproduction, consent, relationships and sexual orientations. These are the things we are going to cover while teaching sex education. And the primary goal of the sex education is include promoting sexual health, uh, like reducing the all the like STIs related to sexual health, and enhancing understanding of consent and healthy relationship. These are objectives empower students to make informed choices. So firstly, I completely understand your concerns. You are worried whether children will lose their innocence, whether it might encourage wrong behavior, or whether it goes against our Indian culture. But let me assure you that as a science teacher and as someone who deeply respect our traditions, my intention is exactly the opposite. Sexuality education is about protecting children's innocence, not harming it. We are not anyway promoting any wrong behavior when we teach sex education. That's not the main objective. We're gonna make sure that every children learn about all these things and go in a right direction. And why sex education is necessary today? Our children are growing up in the digital world, as we know that, right? So they are very curious. It's children tentative nature to just being very curious and understanding themselves that what's happening actually. So they are very curious, and if we do not guide them properly, they will learn from the internet, movies and friends, often with the wrong and unsafe information. They might search whether something about sexuality or sex education or about anatomy of the human body, and it might guide in the very wrong information. It might guide in a wrong way. So we don't want that to happen into our children. So by teaching scientifically, respectfully and age appropriately, we ensure that their natural curiosity is answered correctly and without any confusion, shame or any danger. So this is our main objectives while teaching sex education. And what happens without proper education? There have been researchers shows that increases case of child abuse because children may not aware what is actually happening with them when suddenly someone comes and start abusing or start exploiting them. So if we teach all these things, it's going to help them, as we science teachers believe. And also research shows that there have been early pregnancy and mental health issues, and 53% of Indian children have faced some form of sexual abuse, as the government of India 2007 says. So we don't want that anything to happen to our children, and protecting their innocence, not spoiling it. So UNESCO 2018 study says that sex education actually delays for sexuality activity, and reduces the risky behavior and strengthens the body safety awareness. And there is a correct knowledge preserves innocence by preparing and not exposing. So, and also WHO confirms that early education lowers the risk of sexual abuse significantly. In simple words, if I want to say, knowledge protects them, ignorance exposes them. So I don't want that to happen to them. So these are the thing again why uh, we are going to teach sex education. And coming to Indian values and all the concern you are raised, and science together, if we bring Indian values and science together, Indian culture has always emphasized dignity, self-respect and responsibility, as we all of you know that, right? So When we teach children about body safety, consent, and respect for the others, we are strengthening the very values that our culture holds dear, right? So, teaching that no means no is not Western. It is about respecting every human being's dignity and core Indian principle, and teaching safety, hygiene, respect. We are teaching all these things, not promoting any relationship or not guiding them to how to make a relationship. These are not the things we are teaching to them. We're just promoting how to deal with all these things, when because children is going to all the teenagers, and so many changes happening, and so many hormones gonna change, and these are the things happening through their body, and to understanding themselves, and with the curiosity, we don't want any wrong information to go through their mind. And some of the big, biggest myths are that sex education, what people think that it will make children curious too early, but fact is it is actually reduces risky behavior. And one more myth is it is against Indian culture, but the fact is it teaches uh, respect, dignity, and responsibility. And what exactly we are what exactly will be our curriculum when we are teaching sex education. So first, puberty changes, hygiene, emotional development, respect for the self and others, human reproductive system as anxiety aligned, and respect and boundaries, reproductive health, consent, safety from abuse. These are the curriculum we have planned for to teach and sex education from 6 to 8th to 10th class. And strong scientific backing for sex education. These are the some of the organization who studied that actually teaching a sex education. UNESCO says that 40% of drop in risky behavior, and WHO says that 30% of reduction in sexual abuse risk with early education, and NCPR also says early scientific education prevent misinformation and exploitation. So my role as a science teacher, I really want to whenever I'm teaching this, I make sure that I'm teaching in a scientifically and with a sensitive, and attending all the cultural values, and I'm strictly uh, you know uh, strictly following the NCT curriculum, and no external inappropriate material. I'm not using any of those things. And what are the things I've said in what are the curriculum I'm teaching, I'm going to just stick to that. When I'm not going to go with the many information also, and ensuring lessons are age appropriate, safe, respectful, and science based. These are the things I'm planning to teach, and with all this, including all these things. And uh, to sum up, just like we teach first safety without expecting fires to happen, just like we teach road safety before giving a child a vehicle, similarly, we teach body safety and respect before any problem arises, to prevent harm, not to react to it. So, prevention is always better than a cure. So, and education does not corrupt innocence, it actually protects it. And I finally deeply thank you for trusting with us, and trusting us with your children education. I'm always available to discuss the syllabus if you would like to understand it more. And together, let's empower our children with correct knowledge, so they grow up safe, respectful, confident, and proud. Uh, Proud of both their science and their culture. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, you can ask me, and I'm always here to answer your questions. Thank you so much.